welcome to Sowing Tarot. Today I want to do a tarot challenge game as a VR to Astral Lady Tarot, Lisa Papez and Becoming Temperance. It is called Tarot Whodunit. It's like a clue game, but we play with tarot cards. I will be explaining the rules once I set all the cards up. This is the first time I'm doing a VR. Hopefully everything would look good and enjoy the game. And today I'm using the Nicoletta Ciccoli Tarot because I feel like it's very appropriate. All these girls have a certain innocence and this cruelty in them, and it would be fun, I feel like. So anyway, I did change a few prompts because I wanted to make kind of like a storyline to the game. We will go through it and I will explain what is what. Anyway, I've already made the cards into the structure this game needs, and we can see here's all the court cards, and here's our major arcanas, and here's our aces, and this is a set of other cards, and this is our death card. This death card will be later used to identify the actual killer. Anyway, so first we will find our victim, who is going to be part of the major arcana. So we will find our victim from the major arcanas. Let's just see that someone was killed at night. Okay, so who is killed? Who is our victim today? Ooh, okay. So we can see Wheel of Fortune is killed, and it looks like she does really looks like a victim in this image anyway, so appropriate. Okay, so now we're gonna shuffle our aces and find out which suit is responsible for her death, right? So I think that wands are being hit. No, sorry, wands are firearms, so hit like being killed by a gun or something like that. And then cups are poison, and then pentacles are being hit in the head, and then swords are being stabbed, maybe stabbed in the heart. Okay, so now let's shuffle the aces and find out which suit is responsible for this, which royal family is going to be the potential killer. Okay, so we are finding it is the sword family. So she was stabbed with a sword in the heart. And now we can exclude all the other people. They are all innocent and not relevant to our games anymore. I'll take them away. Okay, so now our victim, our murderer is going to be in one of them. So it is the page, knight, queen, and king. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, I'm taking the murder weapon away. And what we're going to do is discard, I'm going to put it in the side because later it will be used to identify the killer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to shuffle the rest of the cards and get more clues. And here's where I kind of changed the prompts a little bit. I wanted to take 3 clues for each of the suspects. And the first clue is going to be their relationship. So what is the relationship between them and her? And then the next card is going to be what they are doing at the night when she's killed, right? And then that's what happened at the night. What are they up to at the night when she's killed? And then the third card is going to be a card where they have a voice. So the third card is kind of like a defend yourself card, or whatever these characters wants to see to us, defend themselves. That's going to be a message coming from them. So 3 card total, and each have kind of like a category that they follow. So I feel like they would make a pretty interesting storyline. Okay, so now let's start with the page. So what is the relationship between the page and the Wheel of Fortune? Okay, so we got 2 of Wands. So from here, I feel like they have a pretty, just from the image really, they have a pretty intense and relationship. They're probably twins. So it could be that they were actually just siblings or twins. They're most likely twins. And they have kind of like a codependent relationship. And that's what we get from this 2 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like, let me just take the card here. Okay, so For Two of Wands, so we can see that the page and our victim has kind of like a codependent relationship where most likely they are siblings or is even twins. Okay, so what is the relationship between our knight and the victim? Okay, so we got Six of Wands. Okay, so from this, I feel like their relationship is probably that our knight. I feel like this is a power dynamic only because she is flying above in the sky here. I'm definitely not going with like the traditional tarot like explanations here because it's a game. So I feel like she is flying above the sky and she is definitely, but it does have a little bit of being celebrated in the Six of Wands, right? So I feel like maybe they have a relationship where she is being put highly respected and she was respected and celebrated, and maybe she is kind of like, maybe she's her idol. Okay, I think this would make sense. Maybe the Knight of Sword is actually her, like our Wheel of Fortune's idol, so she actually worships her in a certain level, so she really put her on a higher level in her, like she has a huge respect for her, she always celebrates her achievements, maybe she's a fan of her, that type of relationship. That's where I think. Okay, so our victim is a big fan of our Knight of Sword. And let's go see next one. What is the relationship between our queen and the victim? Okay, so 10 of Cups. Nice. This one is like, I feel like they probably have a pretty nice relationship. They are best friends, or yeah, they're like best friends, play together, have a lot of fun together, and have a very emotionally fulfilling relationship here. Okay, now let's see what is the relationship between the king and our victim. Very similar. Very similar. So we get a Nine of Cups right here. So it to me it feels like 10 of Cups is more of a family card ish, especially in the traditional ways. So they probably go through, so their relationship probably is closer between the queen and our victim, where they're probably family members. They're probably close family, and they've gone through some dangerous stuff together. They have gone through a lot of challenges together, and they have like a real deep bond, right? But between our king and the victim, they are more like play buddies. They're more like this friend that you call to just to have fun in life, but they don't really have like a really deep emotional connection. Okay, so here's what my profile for these four suspects. Okay, so now let's do next one. Let's do, what are they doing at the night when our victim was killed? Okay, what is the page doing at the night when our victim was killed? She is having fun somewhere. She is having a blast of her life, hanging out with friends. She was hanging out with friends and having fun. Okay, partying maybe. Okay, so what is our knight doing at the night the victim was killed? Okay, that is suspicious. She is doing violence, as we can see here. Five of Swords, and the image here is very obvious. Okay, I obviously I would have the most suspicion on her, but she is doing some type of violence here. She is taking advantage of something. She is cutting something off. Maybe, I don't know if it's physical. Maybe she was just cutting off a relationship, or maybe she's actually doing crime and killing someone. It could go both ways, I feel like. Okay, so what is our queen doing at the night of the victim's death? She's waiting. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles, our queen is waiting for something, waiting for a chance. She has made a precise plan, and now she's just waiting for something to happen. And what is that? It could be a plan to kill her, really. Even though they are very close, like they are very like emotionally fulfilling relationship that they have. They're probably close family members, gone through a lot together. She's making a plan though at that night, right? She's waiting for something to happen. She has made all the prepping. So it could be killing. It's kind of suspicious. It could be something else that's just not relevant to our victim. Okay, last one. What is our king doing the night of the victim's death? Okay, so Two of Swords. Our king is doing something very precise, I feel like, balancing something, right? Like this Two of Swords. So I don't really know, probably she's doing something very precise, something that requires a lot of caution, right? She's walking on this thin string. So she might, if she is killing our victim, then she is doing it very, very calculatedly, and she's doing it very precisely, and she's making sure that she's covering all her traces, and she's like doing this thing with 100% caution and very, very, very carefully. Okay, now let's see. The last question I have is that I'm gonna give each one of them a card just so that they can speak for themselves, a message from them, whatever they want to talk about. Okay, so the first one is, what does the page wants to tell us? Okay, so she's telling us she's very overwhelmed. So 10 of Wands, she's overwhelmed by something. She's very overwhelmed. Okay, what does our Knight wants to tell us? Okay, it's nice, still suspicious. She's telling us she's walking away, Six of Swords. She's walking away from some type of toxic situation, right? She's walking away from some type of toxic relationship, and she was tired of it, and she's now moving away from it. Okay. Okay. Last, not last. Third one is, what is the relationship between the queen and our victim? Oh no, sorry, that's not a relationship. That's her message. What is her message between her and our victim? Okay, so she is saying that she is preparing, which actually goes back to the Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles. She is waiting for a fight. She's saying, oh, she's ready. She's waiting for a fight. Okay, so I feel like she's probably less suspicious because she's waiting for a fight and she's waiting for something to happen. It doesn't seem like anything really happened yet. So even if she wants to kill our victim, maybe she hasn't even done it. But basically, she is prepared. She was telling us she's very prepared, very resourceful, waiting for a fight to happen from this Nine of Wands. Okay, now what is the message from our king? 10 of Pentacles. The king was just saying everything's great, nothing happened. I am just having a blast of my life. I'm very fulfilled. I'm very happy, and I wouldn't be. I guess she was trying to say that she has no like grudges between her and our victim. So that's that. That's her message. Okay, so I want to do a little bit of an analysis on this, and then we can actually check out who is the killer. Okay. So let's look at the page. So So our page has a relationship, what's it called? A codependent relationship with our victim. She's probably the victim's twin or very close siblings, and they have a codependent relationship. She's saying that at night, when the victim's killed, she is out partying with friends. But she did tell us she's very overwhelmed. Okay, so that's her story. It doesn't seem that suspicious. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe she's overwhelmed by the victim, but it could just be her life. It doesn't seem the most suspicious one. Okay, now let's take a look at the Knight. Okay, so the Knight. Now I'm kind of changing my mind about the Six of Wands, but we're just gonna go with what I originally thought. Okay, so the Knight is. Yeah, so the Knight is being celebrated and being worshipped by our victim. So our victim might be a toxic fan that's like keep harassing her or something that's like kind of like why they have conflicts between each other. So I feel like maybe our victim has been kind of crossing the boundaries, harassing her, stalking her, or that's what's happening between them. And then she, at that night, did some type of killing, right? Either she breaks away from the relationship or she probably just really literally did the killing. And then she literally told us that her message is that she moved away from this toxic relationship. So I feel like she is kind of suspicious in my book. Okay, now let's look at the Queen. The Queen, she is a very close friend or family with our victim. But unlike the Page, she's actually in a healthy relationship with her. She's not in a codependent relationship with her. So this looks normal and fine and cool, but she's weird because she, at the night when the victim was killed, she made a big plan and waiting for something to happen, right? And then her message to us is that she is prepared for a fight, prepared to deal with a threat here. So maybe she does have a grudge against our victim, but I do see from here that I don't think she actually did anything because all of this are just preparations. So it doesn't feel like she actually did anything. So she probably is less suspicious than our Knight. And lastly is our King. So our King first is that she is a friend with our victim, but their friendship is just a kind of like only like a play friend where all they do is like go out and play, only share the good things in life and not really like deep to the soul type of relationship. They only go out, they probably have a drink together every now and then, they probably go to some activities together, go shopping together, things like that. Sweet things in life they share, but they don't share the bitter parts. So they're kind of like having a pretty shallowish friendship. Okay, at the night when our victim was killed, she is doing something that requires a lot of precision, that requires a lot of precise action, I guess, a balance. So she might be doing something like killing. Then if it is killing, then she definitely is like well prepared for it, very calculated, not doing anything wrong, trying to cover all her traces and making sure it happens. And then she is telling us that, well, her relationship and her life in general is very fulfilling. She has no intention to kill anybody. Okay, so from all of this, I feel like the most suspicious, my vote, the most suspicious is gonna be this Knight. Now we can actually play the game about identifying the actual killer. So I will be putting the death card back into all the major arcana, shuffle them, and then we will go through each major arcana and until whenever death card land on one of the characters, then that means that person is the real killer here. Okay, cool. Let me just make sure that everything is still easy to see. Okay. Okay, so now let's do it. Is it the page? Nope, not yet. Is it the knight? Not yet. Is it the queen? Not yet. Is it the king? Not yet. Okay, first round. Is it the page? Nope. Is it the knight? Nope. Is it the queen? Nope. Is it the king? Not yet. Okay. Is it the page? Nope. Is it the knight? Nope. Is it the queen? Mm-mm. Is it the king? No. Okay. Is it the page? Nope. Is it the knight? Nope. Is it the queen? Okay. So actually we find it, our killer is the queen. Oh, she's really hiding her because I didn't really suspect her, but I guess let's see if I can make the story make sense here, because that's also the fun part. Okay, so let's take everybody else out of the picture because they are all just innocent. And let's take the queen and our victim and her clues. She killed our victim by stabbing her. So she stabbed her to death. And we were close family or friends, but they had some sort of, maybe she has some sort of grudge to her. So okay, so they were friends or family that's very close and gone through a lot together. But she did, at the night of her death, she made a very, very thorough plan. The Seven of Pentacles here, she was waiting for her to come to her. She's waiting for the victim to come to her and to kill her. That's why her message is that she is ready for threat, for fighting against any threat. So she sees our victim as the threat. That's the core of the problem that they have. So even though they seem very close on paper and they've gone through a lot together, she has always seen her as the threat. And that's why at the night she decided make a big plan, calculated, wait for her to come, and bang, killed her. And she felt like she just finally eliminated that big threat in her life. And then now she is happy, but also she's caught. So I mean, she's not caught because I identified the wrong suspects. But yeah, that was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed this little challenge exercise. It is really fun because it kind of lets you play a story with all your cards and trying to guess their personalities and relationships. And then also there's a little bit of card meaning blended with intuitive readings and things like that. And I definitely had a lot of fun. And hopefully, if someone's watching, hopefully you enjoys it. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.